Good evening, everybody. I'm so glad to see you all here tonight. My name is Gloria Bruce. I'm the Executive Director of East Bay Housing Organizations, and I'm so excited to welcome you to our second annual online Affordable Housing Month celebration. But as you know, we've been doing this many, many years, kicking us since 1984. So we have a lot for you tonight, so I'm going to get right into it. And first, we're going to start with a moment to ground us and just make sure that we are honoring where we all stand right now, or where we all are right now on the land that we are currently occupying. I'm going to turn this over to our lead organizer, Dolores Tejada, to start us off with a land acknowledgement this evening. Dolores.
Thank you so much, Gloria. As we gather to celebrate affordable housing and promote housing justice, we must also acknowledge Indigenous people as the stewards of the land on which we live and build. The East Bay is the unceded territory of the Lisjan and Ohlone people. And as we work against the displacement of the people in our communities, we recognize and name the histories of displacement of the communities that existed here before us. We also uplift the work of our Ohlone neighbors to create spaces of belonging. EBHO is in the process of paying Shumi, a voluntary land tax that supports the work of the Sogorea Land Trust, which returns Ohlone land to Ohlone people. And we'll be engaging with our members and supporters later this year to encourage you all to do the same. Thank you, and stay tuned.
Thank you so much, Dolores, for that. And this is a practice that we're starting at all of our events. So you'll hear this if you come to our other Affordable Housing Month events as well, which I certainly hope that you will. So many intertwined legacies to honor, as we just did. And along those lines, I also really want to wish a happy Eid to those among us who just finished observing the month of Ramadan. And we're glad that you're here celebrating tonight as well. So we know, even though we're all here gathered in celebration, that there are too many others who couldn't be with us tonight. Perhaps they're unhoused, perhaps they don't have the privilege or the access of being on a computer due to being someone who is incarcerated in an institution, people without various kinds of access, and we are holding all of them with us tonight because we celebrate in their honor to move us all forward. And of course, I want to remember those who can't be with us because they moved on from this world too soon, whether due to COVID, due to violence, so many other reasons. But I'm sure we're all holding someone in our hearts tonight. So let me just acknowledge that. As we know, during these times, there is so much heartbreak and so much hope to go around. It can be hard to hold it all. And so that's why we hope this next 45 minutes or an hour gives you some joy, some community, and some energy to hold all of that. When we first did this event online a year ago, we had no idea how it would go, and we were thrilled to see if you can still create a sense of community through a screen. I was not so excited to learn that jokes completely do not work on Zoom, but you know, that's okay. It's all a learning process. At any rate, we're back here online again. We never thought we'd still be in this place. And even though the CDC said today, hey, everybody, party time, I'm actually really glad that we're keeping it safe and keeping you all in your homes, because I'm really glad that you're all just with us and healthy and here. So thank you. So you all probably know how the Zoom drill works at this point. If you don't, bless you and welcome. But you're going to be all on mute, but please engage as much as you like. Keep that chat popping. Use those reaction buttons, and please just show us how you're enjoying tonight. Or you can give us an ASL, American Sign Language applause, just like this, whenever you want to. So please engage as much as you like. So when I was thinking about how to dress for our biggest event of the year, you might notice I'm trying to evoke the roaring 20s right now. It actually just happens to be when this building behind me was brand new. It's a hotel in downtown Oakland that our member RCD just renovated and gave a new life to. And I was thinking about how now you hear a lot of talk about the roaring 20s and are we headed for another roaring 20s? We all know the 20s is a time of exuberance and creativity, new opportunities for women, the flowering of Black arts through jazz and Harlem Renaissance. And at the same time, less often told is that we were a society emerging from trauma of war and pandemic. And there was also a resurgence of white nationalism, of anti-immigrant sentiment, and so much else. And it actually took another trauma of the Great Depression, for this country to finally have our government truly invest in social housing and establish some of the affordable housing programs that we're still trying to protect and expand today. That's a lot of what EBHO is still doing. We're trying to get public investment, like how we helped win Measure W to create services and solutions for unhoused people last year in November 2020. We're trying to argue for a just City of Oakland budget that invests in housing and healing rather than jailing and policing. We're still carrying on that work. And so I really hope that this set of the 20s can absolutely be about creativity and exuberance, but with a liberation that extends to us all. And I know that's why you're all here, because you're here to make sure that everyone has a home and is included in that liberation. You all are the beating heart of EBHO, and you make housing justice happen. On that note, I want to thank every member counts. We are so glad you're all here, but I want to give a special shout out to our members who gave special financial contributions for 2021. At our diamond level, we have EAH Housing, and at the platinum level, we have BBI Construction, Community Economics, Saha, and Silicon Valley Bank. Go ahead and throw those applauses up in the chat. We'd love to see it. We're also so grateful to our sponsors specifically for Affordable Housing Month. Our lead sponsor, US Bank, and other top sponsors, JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Bank of the West, Union Bank, and Facebook. We have far too many other sponsors to mention. That's why they're on the slide in front of you right now. We wish we had time to list them all out. We have so much more to get to. So I just want to give a special thank you to all those sponsors who came through, even though we can't repay you by wining and dining you. It's almost as if you're here to support the work. I love it. So last but not least, I really have to honor the people who make EBHO run and do its thing day after day. First of all, our amazing board of directors. They're here, maybe they're on your screen and you'll catch them when they wave. I'll go through our current board members, Natalie Bonowit, Hang Mosier, Stevie Dawson, Ellen Wu, Felix Aoyang, Sean Johnson, Woody Karp, Daphne Lamparellier, Angela Upshaw, Vanna Whitney, and our newest board members who joined us last November, William Goodwin, Donna Griggs Murphy, and David Zisser. Yay, I love you all. You are the best board ever. And I'm on some boards, so I know. Thank you. And last but absolutely not least, our staff. I can't tell you how hard they have all been working. If you think online events are easy, think again. They've been doing a ton. And I really want to name all of them for everything they're doing this month and around the year. Please get in touch with any of them or check us out online on our social media streams or come to our committees to get involved. Let me give a big hand to our whole staff, including Reverend Sophia DeWitt, Kiki Poe, Jeff Levin. I'm not going to forget any of my staff's name because that'd be really bad. There's only 9 of us. Damian Scott, Dolores Tejada, Grover Wayman Brown, Alex Worth, who you now all know as DJ Wildman, and also welcome to our newest team members who I just got to meet in person a couple of weeks ago, even though they've worked for us for months. Community Faith and Justice Organizer Ronnie Boyd and Administrative Associate Aziza Crowder. We're so glad that you're with us tonight. So let's give them all a big round of applause. I absolutely love this team. And I can say one of the few advantages to an online event is that I don't have to tell you to hold your applause after each name. You can just keep throwing those clap emojis up in the chat. So you just do that all night for all you care. I'm not going to shush you. Just do it. Just do it. So although we're still virtual, you can see we try to give you the best, fullest, most fun experience that we can. And part of that is during our online events, we have spotlighted local artists over the past year. Later tonight, we'll have the musical stylings of Oakland's own multi-talented musician, Kev Choice. Please stay after our award program for his performance. Next, since 1997, EBHO has published an affordable housing guidebook, which has been an amazing resource for advocates, officials, neighbors, policymakers, and just people looking to find an affordable home. If you've been to our online event, you know we will hand you one of those big books that you could take home. But we realized in 2020, this was our chance to make that amazing resource much more accessible and bring us really into the future where we're going. So our guidebook is now a truly impressive virtual study room. So to tell you a little bit more about that, I'm going to pass it over to our communications manager, Grover, to show us a little bit more of this new platform. Grover.
Thank you, Gloria. Hi, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and take a technical moment to start sharing my screen so that you can see exactly what I am talking about. Here we are. So this is the start of our new study room, our pivot into a digital and virtual educational tool. Thank you to our sponsors. As mentioned, our lead sponsors for the study room are Facebook, EAH, SAHA, Silicon Valley Bank, and Community Economics. And they get a little greeting for us. So our study room is, in the beginning, a portal, I think of it as. And here we have 6 content areas that I think of as study nooks. And they're organized around questions that come up often in our work. How can we end homelessness, and what does affordable housing have to do with that? We share resources about building power and enacting solutions. We share resident stories. I think of it as like a bright, shining part of our guidebook now brought to life online. And this section really highlights residents of affordable housing that are also EBHO leaders. And so it was nice to see some of your faces that are on this call with us here in this virtual platform. We highlight the places that make affordable housing in the East Bay and our communities, often what was called the property profiles in our old paper books, and also share one version of a deep dive into how exactly we got into this problem of not having enough affordable quality homes for all, with a historical look at how we got here. And finally, the last nook of the study room looks at what does it mean to talk about affordable homes? What exactly are we talking about? And what is affordable housing? Here, this yellow button is a great tool that our policy team made. That is EBHO's Guide to Housing and Land Use Terms, a glossary to go to if you're like, I actually don't know what TCAC is, or right, these kinds of terms that get thrown around. We created a glossary, and it'll be at every page in our study room. And the full list of our sponsors are here at the bottom. Thank you all. And I just want to show you a couple of nooks in the study nook, starting with the places. So one great thing about the study room in a digital format is that we get to introduce new places that have been built, and also we get to keep sharing the information from previous guidebooks. So this year you may have been at the grand opening of the Tiny House Empowerment Village by U Spirit Artworks. And they have the images right here and a narrative about how this community was built, and a little pop-down box that will share the technical information about the building. We also have Estrella Vista from EAH Housing in Emeryville, and Sunflower Hill at Irby Ranch in Pleasanton, which is also my background behind me. And finally, our new one for this year is Paso Estrello and Vista Estrello from Mid-Penn Housing. So head over to the study room, which I will drop the chat later, and the places, and you can look at that. As I mentioned, we also are overviewing a historical look at how we got here, which takes us from, as we talked about in the land acknowledgements, from looking at the history of colonization and how it links to our present moment, the legacy of slavery, the case for reparations, and the legacies of discrimination based on race, economics, gender and sexuality, and disability. While of course the study room is not exhaustive of everything that's happened and everything that needs to happen to repair, we hope that the study room can be a really valuable resource that people can go to when they're just beginning, or to take a deeper look at some of the places and topics that you're not as familiar with. So thank you all for contributing, because some of our articles from old guidebooks remain useful here. And thank you all for taking the time to look at and share this resource, and for all the work that you do year round.
Thank you so much, Grover. I cannot tell you how much work Grover has put into this, and I guarantee you, if you spend some time on this study room, you're going to learn so much. So I'm really honored now. As you can tell, I'm so excited about this study room and our next guest that I took my outfit up a notch. Another decade that I really love fashion from is the 1950s. I've been watching a lot of The Crown lately. But you know, the 50s on the surface it seems like it's about a lot of glamour. Also, homogeneity was the other side of that was really valued back then. But beneath that surface, there are a lot of things happening that weren't so great, like really the solidification of residential segregation that had been building for a long time, suburban white flight. And at the same time, in response to that, just like we see now, we saw the seeds and the flourishing of civil rights movements that have been happening for a long time, actually, from the fight for equal rights for Black and African American folks to Latinx and the Chicano rights movement in California, to the seeds of the fights for Indigenous rights, rights for people with disabilities, and the LGBTQ community. What seemed like a certain homogeneity on the surface had a lot going on underneath, and the seeds were planted. And we are still continuing to nourish those seeds and to undo the work of the legacy of exclusionary suburbs to create a place where everyone belongs, like what you see behind me right now, which is actually a beautiful community created in Pleasanton for people with developmental disabilities. This is the vision that we want to see as we carry this forward into the 21st century. And our other guests are part of that long fight for justice. I'm going to get to meet them in just a minute, but before we do that, I do want to make sure that we honor our elected officials who are in the room tonight. So I'm just going to check on who's joined us. And we have several who are with us, including Igor Tregu, who is with the Berkeley Rent Board. So please give him a nice warm welcome. Emma Ishii, representing Alameda County Supervisor Keith Carson. Alameda Council Member Peggy McQuaid. Colleen Awad, representing Contra Costa Supervisor Karen Mitchoff. BART Director Robert Rayburn, who's with us every year, I think, without fail, as is Councilmember McQuaid. City of Dublin Vice Mayor Sean Kumagai, welcome. And also long-term ally and last year's honoree, City of Oakland Councilmember Dan Cald. And if there's anyone I missed, please just let us know that in the chat and we'll make sure we get you later on. So I'm so glad that all of you are here as we turn to our honorees, who are so glad to have us tonight. These two people and an organization represent the diversity, the excellence, and the commitment of EBHO's membership and our network of partners. First, an organization that has worked for 4 decades to defend tenant, worker, and immigrant rights. We have been honored to work with them as EBHO, like so many organizations, had to pivot to COVID-related rental assistance and tenant protections in the last year. Based in Oakland's Fruitvale district, Centro Legal de la Raza has now expanded to serve a range of communities throughout Alameda County and now Contra Costa as well. During the pandemic, Centro Legal worked with us and with Raise the Roof to ensure that Alameda County has some of the strongest tenant protections in the country. They've administered millions of dollars in emergency rent relief, and they've raised over $3.5 million in direct aid for undocumented workers who were callously excluded from the safety net. Accepting on behalf of Centro Legal de la Raza, please welcome Tenants' Rights Managing Attorney, Monique Berlanga. Monique.
Hi, thank you. Well, I want to thank you all for this beautiful award. Cannot wait till we're back in person at Centro so we can hang it up on the wall. Good evening. As Gloria said, my name is Monique Berlanga. I'm the directing attorney of the Tenants' Rights Practice at Centro Legal in Oakland. I want to first thank EBHO for your work in preserving, protecting, and creating affordable housing opportunities for low-income communities in the East Bay Our work at Centro would not be possible without your organizing, advocacy, and coalition building support. It's my honor to accept this award on behalf of Centro and our tenants' rights team in particular. As Gloria alluded to, and for over 50 years, Centro Legal has been protecting and advancing the rights of low-income, immigrant, Black, and Latinx communities in the East Bay. Our tenants' rights team is a group of 23 fierce attorneys and advocates who provide free legal services to low-income tenants in the East through tenant education, advocacy, and legal representation, because we believe that protecting tenants is critical to the well-being of our East Bay communities. I read a couple of statistics today that have just stuck with me all day and I can't seem to shake. Right now, 1 in 5 renters living with children in this country is behind on rent. And 1 in 3 children in renter households face food and or housing hardship, which means that 1 in 3 children living in a renter households did not get enough food to eat in the past 7 days and or their family is behind on rent. We hear this every day from our community members who contact us, who call us and email us at Centro. Every day I check our tenants' rights email inbox and I hear from families who are moving into their cars preemptively or overcrowded situations because they're not aware of their rights. They don't know how to enforce their rights. We hear from tenants who are putting up with uninhabitable conditions because they're scared, because they're behind on rent. Tenants who are foregoing food or medicine to pay for rent to avoid harassment or retaliation. At Centro, during the pandemic, we've seen a 75% increase in calls from tenants who are experiencing harassment or illegal lockouts compared to the same time period the year before. This is real every day at Centro. We know the devastating impacts of evictions and housing instability on health. We know that children raised in unstable housing are more prone to hospitalization. We know that mothers and families that lose their homes to eviction show higher rates of depression and other health challenges. We know that even just the threat of eviction can exact a physical and mental toll from tenants and their children. And we know that housing instability in adolescence is associated with higher arrest rates. Our clients are quite literally fighting for their lives. Prior to COVID, our communities were already experiencing an unprecedented housing affordability crisis. We know that Black and brown folks are being pushed out of the East Bay and are being evicted at disproportionately high rates, particularly Black women. We know that vital community members are being priced out. We're losing our elders, teachers, service workers, first responders. We're losing the intergenerational treasures of our community. The pandemic highlighted these systemic failures. Our work this past year at Centro has been centered around mitigating the impacts of the pandemic on our communities, beginning in March 2020, when housing advocates throughout the region began advocacy to first close down the eviction courts and then advocate for eviction moratoria at the city, county, and state levels. Folks from all walks of life came together to make this happen. Organizers, public health workers, nurses, teachers, union members, everybody rallied in support of stopping evictions during the pandemic. Advocacy on this front was successful. We have robust eviction moratoria in Alameda County and Oakland, some of the strongest in the country. However, we know that's not enough. There's still work to do, which is why we do what we do every day. We know that we have a justice system designed to protect property over people. We as lawyers at Centro know that we don't necessarily have the answers or the solutions, but we believe the community does. We've been here for over 50 years supporting the community and fighting for our rights, and we'll be here for another 50 years. We look forward to continuing to work with you all towards a just recovery, and we'll keep fighting until we all have a dignified place to call home and a place to belong. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Monique. We know that you personally have worked very hard on behalf of many tenants, as does your entire team at Centro, and we are so honored that we got to work with you all more closely this year in service of a truly critical cause. Next, someone else who has been a tireless builder of brick and mortar homes, but also of community partnerships. Joshua Simon is known to many of you from his long tenure in leadership at the East Bay Asian Local Development Corporation, or ABLC, which houses thousands of people, but also supports small business and so much more in its pursuit of truly holistic, healthy neighborhoods. Now Josh has transitioned to take his skills to community and cultural preservation with groups like the Cultural Art Stabilization Trust and the Black Cultural Zone. If you know Josh like I do, you know that he is tireless, he is compassionate, and he is always looking for the win-win solution. So I'm so glad that we're honoring him tonight. Please join me in honoring Joshua Simon.
Thank you very much, Gloria. I'm more comfortable behind the scene, but I'm very, very happy. I'm not sure that you can see this award, but it's a beautiful award. and very happy to celebrate really the partnerships that I've been honored to be a part of, to work with the Abalsi team in building healthy neighborhoods, and very excited about the work that EBHO continues to do. The new study room materials are just state of the art, so very excited about that. And excited to see and very proud of the work EBHO and NPH has done in the last couple of years to forge better relationships with the Alameda County trade unions, and to ensure that the Measure A1 and Measure KK funds have moved forward. This work is so difficult, and it really takes all of us working together, each holding a small piece of the work so that we can do the heavy lift. And EBHO has been there to really bring us together and to coordinate that, and continues to do so as we look towards what may happen with the A's and look at other efforts in our community. So I'm very proud to accept this honor. I am not retired, and any use of the R word is not ready yet. So I'm very glad to be working with the Community Arts Stabilization Trust to help anchor culture, creativity, and economic development in our neighborhoods, and to make sure that as the retail goes more and more to the internet, those empty spaces can be used by the communities we serve to develop more businesses focused on the one resource that every one of us has, which is culture and creativity, and how to do that. So I thank you again for this honor. I look forward to continuing to work with all of you and partner with all of you to make sure that the portions of our communities that are left out by the historic problems highlighted in the storybook can be reversed, and that everyone has ability to continue to live in the Bay Area. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Josh. Everyone, please give him that round of applause and those hearts in the chat. It's been such an honor for me to work with and learn from you over the years. And just like our other honorees, you're someone who always says yes, says, what can I do? And so, you know, while we would love for you to get some rest, I'm really glad you're not retiring, because Oakland needs you to continue to say yes. So we appreciate that. Speaking of people who always say yes, I am very proud to introduce our next honoree, who embodies initiative and impact through his leadership. He began advocating with EBHO years ago as part of our resident community organizing committee, engaging in electoral work such as Measure A1 in 2016, which we won, Props 1 and 2 in 2018, which we won, Measure W in 2020, we also won, and increasing voter turnout among residents of affordable housing, and in 2020, along with census work. Willie was one of several residents who helped ensure that all residents count during our Census 2020 outreach. And what makes him an exemplary leader is his endless curiosity and his willingness to learn policy and then share his knowledge with his peers at Allen Temple Arms in Oakland. Last year, he was selected to be one of Housing California's first 2 resident board members. We honor and appreciate the countless efforts Willie Stevens has dedicated to ensuring that resident voices are heard at many different housing tables. Please welcome Willie Stevens.
I thank y'all both for honoring me tonight. I accept this award that they gave me with honor. And as you see, it says that I'm affordable housing champion. I can't be a champion alone, of course, and I like to shout out to the people that have took me down this path. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to Donna Murphy, who got me started on this path. I'd like to mention that I'm president of the resident council here at Allen Temple Arms, and the tenants here at Allen Temple Arms. I'd like to thank them for their participation in trying to achieve the this honor along with me. I'd like to also thank United Seniors of Oakland and Alameda County, that I'm a member of the board of United Seniors. I'm also a member of the board of Housing California. I'd like to thank them and the whole group there with fighting for ending homelessness and through legislation. And my participation with the Resident United Network. And I'm part of the policy committee there at Housing California. And I was on the core team developing Housing California's Roadmap Home 2030. And last but not least, I'd like to say thank you to the members that, along with me, from the ROCP at EBHO, and the I'm a member of the Oakland Committee also, and I'd like to thank the members of the Oakland Committee. So we're all, I consider, champions on the fight to end homelessness, to really make it feel and be right that housing is a human right. So I to just thank you again for this. And hey, let's all continue to fight till we end homelessness. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Willie. You always bring such love and joy into your advocacy. And I love the fact that all of your remarks were basically just thanking other people. That's just so you, and I think you really said it, that you can't be a champion alone. When none of us are champions alone, we all are working together in community. So now I'm moving beyond the past to talk about what we can all do now and for a better future. So before we bring Kev Choice to the virtual stage, I'm looking forward to passing it over to our Membership and Operations Director Extraordinaire, Kiki Poe, who's going to talk to us more about what you can do to stay engaged with the EBHO community and advance housing justice. Kiki.
Thank you, Gloria, for that title of Extraordinaire. Thank you, everyone, for being here this evening. It's always beautiful when we see people show up, right? Because like Willie said, we're all champions, and we can't do this work alone. So when you show up, it helps us show up for the communities that we serve. I have been doing this social justice work for most of my professional career, and I am so honored to be a part of this team, because I believe that we epitomize the phrase small but mighty. I mean, 10 folks, and this is the biggest it's been, but we accomplish so much, right? And it doesn't happen without you. It doesn't happen without our members, with our coalition partners, all of our supporters, every which way that you show up. It's pretty amazing and it's inspiring. We do this collectively, and we have to, right? And there's plenty of work. And last year, I asked you to dig deeper and to get even more creative with how you show up with us. And I think that everyone did. Considering there was a pandemic that affected all of us, you still rose to the challenge. And we're still here now, virtually, but we're still here having a good time, recommitting ourselves to this work. And so again, thank you, but the work continues. And so just like our champions, our honorees, we want to continue to do this work, and here's how. So of course, we want you to become a member. We're a member-driven organization, but also that means joining a committee. If the dates and times don't work and you're trying to, work through your schedule, join the email list, because I want you to know that you always have a seat at the table. Whenever you're available to chime in, to give that input, that seat is yours and is waiting for you. We want to see you involved with the actions that we have. We want you to engage with us, set up some meetings for coffee. I am always available for a meeting for coffee. I mean, it's virtual right now, but when it's time in person, I love to get together with everyone and hear how we can do more. See how we can do this work together, right? And be a better version of ourselves as an organization. This is collective work. So Grover is popping in links to the chat for you to renew your membership. If you haven't already, Grover, if you can pop in my email. If you have questions about our committees, please let me know. I'm going to get you connected to those leads. Thank you, Grover. And before we move into our next part here, I want to also give a shout out to everyone who's been emailing and all the people who work behind the scenes with our sponsors, even all of the folks who've been working behind the scenes with me to get this event together. There's a lot of work that happens, and it doesn't happen without every single one of us. We all have something very valuable to bring. So this is a celebration, right? And I want to introduce our guest performer. So he recorded this video for us, especially for us. It's Kev Choice, who is, if you don't know about him, let me just take a moment to explain who we have the pleasure today. He is a pianist, an MC, a producer, a band leader, musical and cultural historian, so much more. He's helping to create a pathway for social change through his artistry. And there's so many things to highlight in his work. But since I'm the one introducing him, I want to share a few of my highlights of his work over the past year, again, during COVID. He was a co-organizer of the Black Music Matters Jam Session. This was a COVID-safe outdoor event that brought folks together from all over the Bay Area to spread hope and really inspire social change. He was a co-organizer of the Stories of Solidarity event. This was an offering of collaboration between Black and Asian artists. And lastly, I want to highlight his most recent album. It was titled Social Distancing. And this album is documenting the Bay Area experience of COVID-19 in real time. This was his offering to the community. And he said he wanted to create something that would inspire people during this time. That's how he spent his time. So we're thankful to bring you this inspiring message of universal love from Oakland's own Kev Choice.
Peace and blessings, everybody. My name is Kev Choice. It's an honor to be here with you today. And just want to celebrate you all, happy Affordable Housing Month. I know this work goes on year round, and just congratulations on all your amazing accomplishments with the new space, all the recognized leaders in this space today who've just done so many incredible things. I'm inspired by you. I appreciate you. And I just want to spread some love to you today with a couple of songs inspired by love, because I feel like love is what keeps us pushing through this work. It's love for community, it's love for people, it's uplifting ourselves as well and showing how we can show up for others when others aren't being shown up for us. So we are the ones who spread that love and give love. So again, much love, appreciate you. Thank you for the inspiration. Keep doing the amazing work that you're doing. Affordable Housing Month, East Bay Housing Organizations, Kev Choice, I appreciate y'all. Let's rock a little bit. You can't spread love all around the world. 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 all around the world. We came to spread love, y'all. I spread universal love all around the world. This one for my people near and far. Hit you with the sound that'll touch your heart. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. I spread universal love all around the town. Some claim they are the king, but I wear the crown. Shining like the biggest and the brightest star. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. Universal law, what you give shall return. Every day's a lesson we live and we learn. I take a look around, it got me so concerned. Feel like these are the times the Savior shall return. So I look in the mirror, see a God's reflection. No one to change or when to see begins in my perception. Look every person in the eye, allow a real connection. Fear no man, I know the angels over me protecting. No weapon formed against me shall ever prosper. No one even through the struggles, that just makes me stronger. My sacrifices are the prayers a humble servant offers at the altar. These bars as hard as the rock of Gibraltar. I never falter, got these haters puzzled like a crossword. Hit them with them spiritual laws, Deepak Chopra. Meditation, mantra, affirmation, honor, uplift, up most high, Oakland to Wakanda. I spread universal love all around the world. This one for my people near and far. Hit you with the sound that'll touch your heart. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. I spread universal love all around the town. Some claim they are the king, but I wear the crown. Shining like the biggest and the brightest star. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. To read these passages like I'm a pastor. Acrobatic for the people, I bend over backwards. Trying to keep us moving forward, never going backward. Harriet Tubman in the tunnel holding up a lantern. Trying to lead the way to deeper understanding. Deepest canyons taking chances, I just keep expanding. The love that I feel, it goes beyond romantic. It's looking out for my brothers like we always family. It's lifting up my sisters like she was a queen. Empowering these youth and telling them they can be anything. It's spreading synergies, energies through vicinity. Seeking remedies, ending poverty. Praise to my enemies, Lord, have mercy, can I get a witness? Practicing forgiveness, clear intentions, positivity. Speaking into existence. Make that first million, spread it back into the community. Make it feel good. Music for our healing, come on. I spread universal love all around the world. This one for my people near and far. Hit you with the sound that'll touch your heart. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. I spread universal love all around the town. Some claim they are the king, but I wear the crown. Shining like the biggest and the brightest star. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. Spread love all around the world. Spread love all around the world. Housing for all those around the world. Take care of all my people all around the world. together. We can make this world better. Yeah. I know one day we gon' make it. I know one day we gon' have just what we're fighting for. Just what we've been fighting for. They can't take this love from us. They can't take real love from us. It's deeper than they know. Yes, it's deeper than they know. Hey, and my soul has no limitations. My life is priceless. And my faith is endless, yeah. And I believe in truth. As long as justice escapes us, we fight for the struggle. And we keep holding on. And we keep pushing on. Did you realize you're beautiful and important? And you deserve the best that life has to present. Every moment's intense, hard enough paying this rent. Trying to stay above cement and not doing the stint. Look at the percent of my brothers that sent and serve time. Around the world, the government's doing worse crimes. They say traps to catch felons for a third time. It's no jobs, no justice, what's the frame of mind? Nothing to lose, ain't afraid to die. Never showing your worth, how to express the hurt inside. Every homicide I see reported, feel like a portion of myself departed. Could it have been avoided? It's more guns out here than countries that it's wars in. We need conflict resolution in these school courses. I'm tired of settling for the short end, but one candle can defy the darkness, I tell you. I know one day we gon' make it. I know one day we gon' have just what we're fighting for. Just what we've been fighting for. From us. They can't take this love from us. It's deeper than they know. Yes, it's deeper than they know. They got me falling out. I know one day we gon' make it. I know one day we gon' have just what we're fighting for. They can't take this love from us. They can't take real love from us. It's deeper than they know. Yeah. I sacrificed for this purpose when no one understood. I was born for this purpose. Yeah. They gave my life meaning even when I had nothing. You made me feel worthy. Yeah. You stood right beside me like strength and righteousness, the consciousness that guides me. We keep holding on, yeah. We keep pushing on. Appreciate you, yeah. And you forgave all my thoughts, saw possibilities in all of my failures. Ever so patient, knew my potential was worth every moment. Yeah. You believed in me when they doubted, gave me relentless strength to exceed all the expectations. Yo, we keep holding on. We keep pushing on. All those believing in somebody, believing in a purpose and a mission. Even when sometimes it seems like all the odds are stacked against us. Nobody's listening and nobody's hearing us. That's when our voices gotta raise even higher. Because I know one day we gon' make it. I know one day we gon' have just what we're fighting for. Just what we've been fighting for. They can't take this love from us. They can't take this love from us. It's deeper than they know. Yes, it's deeper than they know. They got me falling. Make it. I know one day we gon' 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 have just what we're fighting for. Just what we've been fighting for. They can't take this love from us. They can't take this love from us. It's deeper than they know. Yes, it's deeper than they know. Once again, thanks to the East Bay Housing Organization family for having me. Hope to see y'all again live and in person soon. Y'all keep doing amazing and great work. Y'all have a great evening. Peace and blessings to everybody from Kev Choice. Let's go, East Bay. Let's do it.
Wow. I really hope we can get him back next year when we're all in person. And I really hope to see all of you much sooner than next May. I hope that Kev Choice brought you some joy, some inspiration, and fed your heart and soul this evening. Thank you so much, everyone. Please feel free to stick around. Alex is going to get back and play some awesome tunes for us in just a moment. But I just want to thank you all again for being here. Thank you to our honorees, to our sponsors, to every single member, partner, friend of EBHO who is here, to our board and staff, especially Kiki, Grover, and Aziza, who worked so hard tonight, and our event support, Parity Events, who have been with us for years and have adapted to this online format. So we just want to thank you all so much. Good night. And I know you're going to be dancing in your living rooms.